The Chief Minister of Meghalaya K Sangma on Thursday addressed the G20 Conclave on Nature Solves a New Framework for Our Sustainable Future in Shillong. The conclave was organized by Observer Research Foundation, Climate Think Tank and Meghalaya Basin Development Agency, Government of Meghalaya. Speaking at the conclave, the Chief Minister said that he had a discussion with an expert who has pointed out to him that the entire Arctic will melt in the next 8 to 10 years and the trade routes will change, and it was important to study the changes. While referring to climate change, he said that it is important as a government and as a society to realize that climate change is real. Elaborating on consumption-driven economic policies, the Chief Minister added that there is a need to balance economic growth and green sustainable policies so as to enable provision of alternatives for livelihood and create parallel economies.
Absolute necessity to start studying the different trade routes, because I'm told it will reduce the distance by about 1/3. So when I heard that really shocked me, and I'm sure it must have shocked a lot of you, that's going to happen. Talking of a decade and the Arctic will be gone. And of course it opens up many challenges, and it also makes us look at things in a much more different way. I think it's important that as a society, as a government, I think we need to first of all start with realizing and accepting, I think that's the correct word I would like to use, the reality of the situation. Number one, it is happening. And number two, we have to find ways to adapt and find some ways to mitigate. So therefore, the road in front of us is more or less clear. And hence, while we do so many small things which are very important, because small things matter, we need to realize that at the crux of the entire problem that we face, and of course this is my personal opinion that I'm sharing with you, because I think this is a great platform to really share personal thoughts and ideas and figure out how we should move forward.
Talking on the issue of power, the Chief Minister said that Meghalaya has huge deposits of coal, and by adopting thermal power plants, it could have been resolved, but the challenge is to ensure balance and find solution to problems.
We are at a very, very crucial stage, I want to share with all of you, where as a government for many, many years we have faced a huge problem with power and electricity. Even now today we face that problem. And every time we sit and discuss this as a cabinet and as with officials, the big question mark in front of me is that we have huge deposits of coal. So why don't we start a thermal plant so that I can resolve this issue once and for all in the next 2 years? Or do I go with a decision where I say, well, let us see how we can balance it out and maybe focus on solar energy and other forms that are there, which may not be as stable as a thermal plant. But, we have the entire issue of carbon emission and this entire technology shifting from coal-based thermal plants into greener energy. And hence, even decisions like these for a government at these crossroads that we are in are very, very important. And these are the decisions that we need to take at every level. So it's not just the government, even as individuals, you take those decisions at your own personal level, at the family level, at the community level.
Talking about community-based governments, he said that Meghalaya is a very strong advocate of community-based governments, and the society is the greatest strength which makes activities possible at the grassroots.
A very, very strong believer in community-based governance and community-based society, and that has been actually one of our greatest strengths. And even today, almost all of the activities that take place at the grassroots level, the community leaders, the village leaders, they play a very, very important and crucial role That is something that I feel is a kind of an institutional setup that we have, and it really allows us to make things happen at the grassroots level. So, for example, other states they have the panchayati system. In India, we have our community-driven systems, which works equally good or maybe even better in some cases, because a form of trust is there, a form of discipline is there, a form of traditional aspect is there. And this is something that I strongly feel can be replicated in many other parts. As I said, the panchayati system is doing that, but I guess the overall aspect of tradition is missing from the panchayati system. And I feel the model of Meghalaya could be something that could slowly start coming into the system. And if we can, as we mentioned to you, we have started mapping and working with the villagers in almost everything. So starting with the village employment councils, which is of course Government of India's mandate. We have the health councils, we have the volunteers for the environment, we have volunteers for the development aspect. Today, I think Meghalaya will be one of the first states where we will actually have a volunteer in every 6,800 plus villages that we have. Which means that we will be connected directly from development aspect directly to the 6,800 volunteers, who will each be given technological support, a tab or whatever technology platform,